Hey guys, it's Nicholas here from upgrade2life.com, and in this video we are going to talk about something very important, because in this video we're going to talk about how you can deal with negative thoughts and how you can actually master your mind. This is a very big topic because a lot of my clients, a lot of people I see in this community, they again and again and again tell me that they have negative thoughts, that they have doubts, that they have worries, that they have fears, and they don't know how to deal with this stuff. And oftentimes in this community, you hear people tell you to just flip your thoughts around. And when you have a bad thought about a situation, a thing you want to manifest, a thing about yourself, whatever it is, just flip it around and that will solve it, and that's it. I can guarantee you that this is not the solution. I can guarantee you that yes, maybe for some minutes or for maybe some hours you feel good, but they will come back again. So this is a real short-term fix, and in this video I want to explain to you something that goes deeper than the common explanations, but this is actually the real solution on how you work with your doubts and dissolve them and disidentify with them. And when you master this, you master your mind, you master your life. So let's talk about the explanation, okay? And I just touch base on this because when you master your mind, right, when you master your internal world, your internal state, you master your life. That's just how it is. That's to the point. A short explanation. I can stop this video now. That's it. See you in the next video. Bye, guys. No joke, but super important, okay? And I take this really serious because when you shift your internal world and when you master your mind, when you not become the slave to your emotions and your thoughts and your beliefs and all of this stuff, right? And your states, and your self-concept, your identity, all of this internal world basically, but you become conscious and you become the master of it, then it will serve you in this game of life. I have a video, I will link this above, it's called Game of Life. Check this out. It is a game. When you see it like a game, it starts to become easier, okay? So master your mind, master your life. Now, people think that negative thoughts are the problem. Oftentimes I hear this. People say, oh, like I have negative thoughts. This does mean my manifestation is far away, or this does mean I'm doing something wrong. This does mean I won't be this version of myself that I want to be, and all of this stuff. But that is not true. It is your identification with those thoughts that keeps them alive and that makes them so strong and that makes them feel so real. When you over and over and over again identify with those thoughts. So the thought as its own, that's not the problem. It comes and goes. Literally it comes and goes. Think about it. Really think about it. When you listen to this video right now, what thoughts do you have right now? There are some thoughts. Maybe you're looking at your screen, you're looking at your phone, you're looking at your laptop. There's a glass of water on your table. You hear my voice. You have thoughts about this. But 5 hours ago, this morning, yesterday evening, 2 weeks ago, I'm sure you had some different thoughts. So doesn't this mean that they are coming and going? And many people, they don't realize this. They still keep identifying themselves with the thoughts over and over again and making them therefore their reality, right? So, and this is how their lives look like. And maybe this is how your life looks like right now. So you move through those peaks and valleys, right? You have a day where you feel super good, you feel excited, you feel joyful, you feel good, you feel empowered, everything is going right, you have some manifestations, you have internal shifts, you learn something, and it's great. You feel good, you have positive thoughts, everything is great. And then the next day, and sometimes this even happens only in some hours, some minutes, right? The next day, you're completely low, you reach the valley, and you have negative thoughts, you have doubts, you question if all of this is working, and you don't know what is going on. I also made a video, which I can link above. It's called Doubt versus Faith. Also check this out. But only after watching this video, okay? This is super important, this video. So you have those peaks and valleys, right? You have they very good, you have good thoughts, and then you have a time where you have completely negative thoughts and stuff like that. And now the thing is, we only want to experience the good things because they feel good. We like them. We like good things, like the good experience. It's great. So we try to neglect, we try to ignore the valleys, and we want to push them to the side and get rid of them as fast as possible because they don't feel good. But how would you perceive your life and your reality when you, since you were a child, you would have learned that your valleys are great and the peaks are not good? It sounds stupid, but bear with me, okay? Why do you essentially think that this is bad? Why do you think when you have a bad day, when you have a bad moment, when you have negative thoughts, that they are bad? The only reason is you are very identified with them. You are super much attached to this thought and what it is trying to tell you, right? And this is, again, like I told you before, this is the problem, okay? So what we want to learn, this is what I'm going to show you right now, is to also see the valleys, right? This is how it looked like before. We try to ignore the valleys, try to push them away, and try to not sit with them, just getting rid of them instantly. But what we want to do is we want to also see the valleys the same way as we see the peaks. Seeing them also is good. That doesn't essentially mean something bad. It's just that we put so much meaning onto them. It's when you have a doubt, when you have a fear, you put so much meaning on it and you say, oh, this means I'm doing something wrong. This means I'm not going to get my manifestation. This means I'm an unworthy, bad, undesirable person. I don't have money, right? But you then create a story out of this and attach to it and put so much meaning on it, when actually it's as neutral as the good stuff. It's just that the good stuff, you think it feels better because it's just a good thought, but everything is just a thought. Everything is just neutral until you give it a meaning. Your whole life is neutral. You are the one giving it meaning. You are the one determining how you see things based on your internal state. So first thing is, right, learn how to sit with your valleys. Doesn't mean that this needs to take years and you need to heal an inner child for years and stuff like that. It's more so about you acknowledging it at first. You're okay with it. You're letting it be there. You sit with it. You can have emotions that come up. Maybe you cry. Maybe you have an off day. But again, this doesn't mean anything bad. It's good that you do this. And it's also about reframing the way, and I shared this in another video, it's also about reframing the way that you see those valleys, right? If you see them as a valley and you think, oh, now my life is shitty, everything is shit, then yes, you will see more of that. But when you see this as a growth opportunity, as an opportunity for you to go within, to learn, to grow, to deepen your understanding of things, to sit with yourself, to learn how to deal with this stuff, then they become, those become phases. This is when this happens, it's not that you're too attached to this. It's just, okay, it happens and it will move by. I hope you get this, right? It's super important. So let's talk about some conventional ways that people in this community tell you that you how you should control your mind. So first of all, the word control your mind is wrong, because it's not controlling anything actually. It's more taking your power back and not letting anything control you, but you acknowledging and realizing that you are the operant power. And when you control yourself, you automatically control your world, but you don't have to control your mind or do a lot of crazy stuff and do all of this weird stuff, right? Make it simple. Life is simple. People, life is a game. It's meant to be enjoyed. It's meant to be lived. It's meant to be fun. It's meant to manifest your goals and your desires. But when you're so engulfed in your mind and you're only listening to what your mind is telling you, you will not enjoy it. You won't even get to experience this awesome, beautiful life that is a gift to you. So start to learn how to master your mind. Don't become a slave of your mind and your thoughts and of the valleys that you will have in your life. You will have sometimes a downtime. But when you start to see the downtime is also a good time, an awesome experience, it's great for you to learn in there, then your whole perception on it will change and you won't be faced by it any longer. That is what happens. It's okay. It's awesome. I love my downtimes. It's so great. I learned so much from them. I feel so empowered. They show me so much of who I not am, this limited small ego self, and they remind me on that I am this infinite true power that I have. So I love those downtimes, right? That is the way you want to perceive them. So let's talk about those conventional ways. First of all, those are things like breathing exercises, doing some meditations about self-love or in general, right? Some meditations where you watch your breath or listen to some nice voices, or doing yoga, saying mantras, flipping your thoughts, which is the super bad, affirming the opposite. That is what you learn. That is what you do, and that is why it feels so hard to deal with your thoughts and deal with your mind. But it doesn't has to. Okay? If one of my clients, he told me this when he first started out working with me, he said, yeah, I learned that I have to flip my thoughts. If I don't do this, I will manifest the negative stuff, or it's bad to have negative thoughts and stuff like that. And I said to him, you know what? This doesn't matter. A thought is not that powerful. It is only when you start to give it meaning, identify with it, imagine, feel it to be true, then you see it. But when you only watch it, observe it, let it be there, it's 100% powerless. It's neutral. You take the power of the thought away by you watching it. And when he learned this, he was like, wow, this is so freeing. This is so awesome. So don't fall for this, right? Those things, don't get me wrong, they work, right? With breath exercises, yes, it's awesome. With meditations, when you watch your thoughts or when you focus on your breathing, it's awesome. When you do yoga, awesome. I like doing that too. When you do mantras, flipping thoughts, affirm the opposite, it works. But the question is, do you get long-term results from that? Is it really benefiting you on a longer basis? Is this really the solution to the problem? Because in my opinion, it's definitely not. It's not the root cause. You just try to, and this is what you do. You're treating the symptoms. You still treat the symptoms. You try to put on a bandage on that thing. Right? It's like you have a huge wound. You just put on a bandage and say, yep, it's covered. That's good. Right? You make quick fixes. You make surface level changes. But you're not really changing the core root cause of the thought. Where is the thought coming from? Right? Have you ever asked yourself that? So that is what we want to learn now. Okay, so I, in my opinion, wouldn't focus on this stuff. That is not how you really master your life. That is how you trick your mind, but not how you master your mind. So now let's talk about the solution. And like I mentioned, like the thumbnail of this video told you, this is more an advanced method. So basically what you do in meditations, and again, meditations are also really great. I like doing them, but there are different kinds of meditations. There are meditations where you watch your thoughts, where you watch your breath, where you watch your sensations in your body. But then there are deeper meditations, and I also share them in my program with people that are interested in that, right? You don't have to do this, only if you want to. That actually inquire one step deeper. And those meditations, they ask you, okay, yes, you can watch the thought, right? You can do this. So when you can watch the thought, then the question is, when you can see the thought, who is seeing the thought? Do you get this? Bear with me, okay? So going to the root of your thoughts, right? Ask yourself the question, to whom does this thought arise? And I'm going to show this to you in an illustration just in some seconds, okay? So this is basically how this looks like, right? You have your mind, just call it a mind. And then you have thoughts, fears, worries, doubts, and all of this stuff coming sometimes. Sometimes not, but sometimes it's coming. And then you have the self, like your true self. So the problem that most people face is that this is really like you're attached, like the awareness, your true self, that is like attached to your thoughts. And you see your thought and you're like, that's me, I'm the thought. You're grabbing to it, you're attaching to it, you say, this is me, this is me. And this is when the self basically becomes the mind and is the mind and perceives itself to be the mind. So you're very engulfed in the mind and all of the tricks, all of the things it tries to tell you. Okay, and this is a bad place you want to be in, because then you are always a slave. So what we want to do, we can learn this, we can get better at this, we can test this, we can practice this, right? Is to separate the self from the mind. So basically, this is how this looks like, right? When you ask yourself the question, to whom does this thought arise? You will get this. Because sit with me and listen, okay? Right now, have a thought. Just think about anything you want. Think about a green elephant. Just think about it. Think about me. Think about this video. Think about what you're seeing here. You have thoughts right now, right? But ask yourself, what is seeing the thought? Like literally, ask it. That is what self-inquiry meditation is about. It's asking, who is aware of those thoughts? To whom are these thoughts arising? And by doing this, by practicing this again, right? Neville has his own kind of meditation. He calls it the I am meditation, when you just realize that you are the awareness, the ever-present awareness behind your whole experience. Look, when you were 5 years old, you were aware of being. You were aware of that you exist. Now you're maybe 30, 40, 25, whatever, and you're aware that you exist. So it's not that the awareness has changed. The awareness is there all the time. You're all the time aware. It's just that the contents of the awareness change, come and go. So it's not that, again, you are the mind, you are the body. It's more so you have a mind and body. You are aware of a mind and a body, but it always changes. I'm sure your body does not look the same as it looked 5 years ago. So the body changed, but you still were aware. That is the ever-present awareness that's there all the time. That is your true self, right? Which is aware of those thoughts. But when you are unaware, then you make this one and you identify so much with the thoughts and they become very real. You can't disengage from them and disidentify from them and detach from them. So we want to learn to do this. We want to learn the self-inquiry. We want to learn to watch and observe our thoughts and realize that they are not us. And this happens, right? This separation takes place. And this is an awesome place because then you know you are this blank slate, you're empty, you're infinite, you're this abundant, whole, worthy being, and everything just comes and goes in your perception, your awareness. So you don't have to hold on so strongly on things. A great example I always like to explain, and I also learned this way, is just imagine those things as clouds. They're coming and going, but the sun or the sky, let's say you are the sky, right? And the clouds are coming and going. And when there are a lot of clouds and you can't see through it, but you still don't realize that you are the sky and the clouds are just coming in and they will leave. Tomorrow there's better weather, then it's hard. But when you know you're the sky and the thoughts are just there visiting you, it gets easier, right? Or imagine them as a fly in your room, which can be very getting on your nerves. When you put all your attention on this fly, but when you just let it fly around until it's moving out of the window or out of your room, then it's just gone. The same with thoughts. Okay, they won't stay there when you disidentify with them. And this is why this is more an advanced solution, but that's actually the real solution, how you deal with negative thoughts, how you deal with worries and doubts and fears and disidentify with them. That is how you do it. Okay, I teach more of that in my program as well. If you want to work with me, check out the first link in the description underneath this video. And like this works for everything, right? This works for your fears and for everything that comes up. You can start to disidentify with it and you won't be bothered by it any longer. And that is true freedom. Basically, that is true freedom. That will bring you internal peace because you're no longer attached to those things. It's really amazing when you start to do this. It's really amazing when you start to practice this. You will see changes happen very quickly, actually. This doesn't need to take very long. And masters at this, they're really super much engaged from everything. You don't have to go to this point if you don't want to, but if you just want to learn this a little bit more, to be more at peace, be more at ease, be more relaxed, don't be so attached with your thoughts, I highly recommend you practice self-inquiry. Okay? And that's basically it, guys. That is how you deal with your negative thoughts, how you master your mind, how you start to, quote-unquote, get control of your mind and not be a slave and a victim to your mind. If you have questions, leave them down in the comments. I like to chat with you there. Again, thank you very much for watching. I hope and I assume that this video helped you. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye, guys.